In this section, you're going to be applying colors. Once you create your color swatches, you can apply them to objects, text, and more. When you apply fill colors to objects, you can apply it to various objects on the page using the swatches panel, dragging a swatch, and using the eyedropper tool. My swatches panel is on my right hand side here. Remember, in order to get the swatches panel, if you don't have it here, you go to Window, you go to Color, and you select Swatches. Using the selection tool, click anywhere in the margin of the page on this left hand side. Works the best for me since it's the clearest visible portion. Click the fill box on the swatches panel, this fill box right here. You'll notice there's no color on it currently, and I'm going to click a color that I created earlier from my stepping stone, which was 22, 49, 88, and 5. So it's going to be this one right here, my stepping stone. That's my brown tan color. You'll notice the entire background turned to a dark brown and tan. And we're going to change this color because it's not the most pretty of colors. In order to do that, let's start with the tint first. This right here, tint, says 100%. We're going to bring that all the way back down to more of a manageable color. 30 works easy. That's a nice easy number. You can always type that in as well. Now it doesn't look so much like baby poop. Using the selection tool, select the text frame next to where it says experience the evolution. You're going to use different fill methods to fill in these different items. For example, you can use your color theme, your dark color palette theme if you'd like, or you can choose different themes as well. In my case, I'm going to use a lavender from my colors right here on one of these images. So I'm going to select my eyedropper tool, and I'm going to click on this purple because it's a nice pretty purple, and now it just changed to that specific color. If I don't like the tint, I can always come back and change the tint to a different color. If I want a darker blue, there's a darker blue, and I can change it that way to make it more of that same colored purple. There's a darker purple, there's a lighter purple. In one of the other boxes, you can also select one of the empty boxes, and you can choose, for example, your dark red, your burgundy that you made. In this portion as well, you can use the gradients, which are over here on the left hand side, gradient swatch tool and your gradient feather tool. I'll start with my gradient feather tool, and if I click and drag down, you'll see there's a slight gradient to it now. Here's my gradient swatch tool. You can see that the colors change. I'm going to Control Z because it doesn't look necessarily the most appropriate. I'm going to select my frame tool as well, my stroke tool, and I'm going to put a stroke on this. We'll try a blue stroke for the time being. Next, you can use your selection tool and click in the gray pasteboard. Make sure nothing's selected. And we're going to scroll down to where it says Art. And what we're going to do is we're going to use this color that you used in your top left corner for Experienced Evolution, and we're going to make this box Art. But remember, right now the frame, the stroke, is selected, so you need to move that back to Fill, use your eyedropper tool, and click on Experience the Evolution. And as long as this is selected, Art is selected, it will automatically change to that color. Another option with tint, if you look here, you'll see that these are the tints. You can make it darker, you can make it lighter. You can also add gradients to this. Gradients are a great way to show more light and more color to your items. These are your gradients right here, and this is your menu for your gradients. These gradients, you're going to notice that there's two different types of gradients. If you click linear gradient, it makes a line with that gradient. If you click radial gradient, it makes a radial gradient. If you choose one of these tabs, it changes the colors. So if I click on this white tab right here, I can change it so it's lighter further in, or I can change the other tab where it's lighter, it's darker further out. And this is your gradients tab. In order to get to your gradients, you need to go to Window and Color and select Gradient. Another method in order to do gradients, I'll deselect my art icon, is in the menu. You can go to New Gradient Swatch. Right here, New Gradient Swatch, and choose different gradients. For example, we will do red and pink. Actually, we'll do red, pink, and yellow. This may not look the most appealing, but we'll try it. So once we have a name for it, we're going to use the specific type. We'll do a radial gradient because radial gradients are simple, or a linear if you choose. And then down here, you're going to need to choose your little tags. So firstly, you need to choose your purple tag, and you're going to bring that all the way down. And then we're going to choose from our colors. Here's our swatches already. Here's our stop color. As long as this purple tag is selected, it'll change that swatch. So I went to swatches, and I'm going to change it to the red. So there's a red. The next one says pink. So there's a pink. So in order to add one, I have to click on my little triangle, my little diamond, and then select our gradient ramp line. And right now you'll see that it's kind of a peach. I can change these colors this way if you'd like. And there's a pink. There's more of a pink. And I can move the direction of it wherever I choose. And then if I select the third icon, the third little tag, I can bring a yellow in. So there's my yellow. And then I can just select Add, and you'll notice down at the end is red, pink, and yellow. And then I click Done. If I select this last final white box, I can come down to my red, pink, and yellow, and now I have a red, pink, and yellow for a box. Use this time to experiment with the different gradients and your different backgrounds and your different tints for this document. I want to see different multiple types of colors and tints when you submit this document for Lesson 8 as a PDF.